Good evening, with Micron Video. The evening match, round 23, the final round of the weekly rounds in 1998 Super League 3. The Sheffield side out on the pitch, their side for this evening's clash. Dave Watson at full-back, Sabatabua, Tiwa, Senior and Sodji, the three-quarters, Vasilakopoulos and Aston, the half-back pairing, Broadbent, Lawless and Lawton in the front row, Turner, Shaw and Wood wraps it up at the back, with on the bench Oliver Wilkes, Neil Law, Steve Malloy and Rod Doyle. Saints secured fourth place last Friday with a 37-22 win at London in round 22. Anthony Sullivan the finisher, Paul Newlove the provider, Sullivan running out with 5 tries, equaling the Super League record of 5 tries in a match with Tony Smith, Mike Umanga and Jason Robinson. But we're with round 23 tonight, and here come the Saints out onto the pitch, led out by 2 matchday mascots. John Back, aged 8. His hobbies are rugby, football, computer games and watching the Saints. His favourite players are Sean Long, Anthony Sullivan and Tommy Martin, and a young lady mascot as well, Emma Hart, 10 years of age. Her hobbies are playing rugby, playing football, netball and basketball. Very athletic young lady, and her favourite player is Ian Pickavance. Ian Pickavance in the front row today. Obviously much changed St Helens side after Thursday 2 match day mascots there with captain Chris Joynt. So big day for these young mascots there, Emma Hart and John Bark. Saints side, Paul Aitchison a full-back, 2 Smiths, Newlove and Sullivan, that left-wing partnership that proved so fruitful. Carl Hammond and Sean Long, the half-back pairing, Matauchi, Cunningham and Pickavance in the front row, Joint, Davidson and Anderson the back 3, Pedalini, Sculthorpe, Stewart and Wellens on the bench.
Alan, a living legend and one of the greatest international players of all time, was an inspiration to all who played with him.
A minute's silence now before the start of the game in remembrance of Alan Prescott, the St Helens and Great Britain captain the 1958 tourists, played with a broken arm in that Battle of Brisbane test. Wouldn't go off, played through the pain barrier, and his side won 25-18. He died last Sunday after a brave battle against ill health for many years. Your Saints side there and your Sheffield side lining up for that minute's silence for Alan Prescott, along with your matchday mascots John Bark and Emma Hart. So John and Emma, enjoy your evening with the Saints. We're ready to get underway. Many thanks obviously to all our sponsors, our main sponsor McEwen's, and all the sponsors who've stuck with the Saints throughout the season. Hope you'll continue to support the Saints in Super League 4. And who knows what's coming with Ellery Hanley at the helm. But we get underway, and it's the Eagles with first touch. John Keir will have them all fired up, and obviously Saints set to avenge defeat at the Don Valley by 1 point. 17-18 the Saints went down, and Saints should have won easy. They got a good lead early on. And we've got to watch Sheffield's pedigree, obviously. They are the Challenge Cup holders, beating the mighty Wigan at the Twin Towers there at Wembley. But early penalty award for the Eagles. Aston in at the scrum half position. Broadbent loses the ball, Long scoops it up. It's with Damien Smith, he comes in field. Loose forward, Martin Wood clamps him. Chris Smith pushed off and then dropped to the floor, quickly wrapped up, and it's Cunningham. Obviously we thought he had a broken hand. It must be badly bruised, but he's in here tonight. Chris Joynt, the Saints captain, back after a hernia operation. Hammond, Anderson in at loose forward, Martin Wood with a little high tackle there. Darren Turner wraps him up at the end. Come on, you Saints, early on. Matautia in the front row this evening, with Goldspink suspended for one match. Hey, by word, I'll tell you, if there's any fights, Goldspink's on my side. Saints put it up high. Oh, well taken by Watson. Super take by Watson at the back there. Savatabua usually operates at full-back, but on the right wing this evening. Oh, that's a big hit there, Matautia. My word. Does he know where he is? Darren Turner, well, he's gone down there. I'm not surprised. Matautia came in perfectly fair, and the big Western Samoan crunched Turner there. The Eagles move it out to the right. Good ball to Senior. Senior opposite Newlove tonight, something to prove. He wants a Great Britain place, but with Newlove in a rich form, well, that was forward. Dear me. Oh, he's picked it up. The Eagles player shaking his head. Well, probably it's his own player, but now, mind you, that was in danger of being pulled back for offside. Scrum down on the halfway line, as you can see. The Nosey Road pitch. I don't know whether the new groundsman's been named. As far as I know, Neil Holding is still here, the groundsman, but he's moving to pastures new. And the pitch in excellent condition. And I'm sure it will be whoever takes over the helm. Anthony Sullivan, 5-try hero, last weekend at the capital, in the capital. Paul Davidson, shoulder problems, playing through the pain barrier as well, as is Cunningham. Now it's Matautia again, and he drives forward. Saints once again as the Eagles move quick. They must be offside there. Drop off ball inside to Newlove. Aston, one of the tacklers there. Well, jiggery pokery at the play of the ball, and Newlove gets up, looks at referee Robert Connolly, and Saints are awarded a penalty. I think Sean Long's spying a couple of points, and he's not been so bad with the boot, has he, Sean Long? 66 goals, all in Super League, 3 drop goals, 11 tries, so he's not bad. Obviously getting more. He's got more in the first team with Bobby Golding's departure to the Giants, and there's talk this week of Ian Pickavance, who's in the front row today, that he's been offered a 3-year deal with the Giants. Not officially for next season, not officially confirmed as of yet. But Tommy Martin out with a thigh injury. Sean Long, well, it looks good, yeah, strikes it well. Touch judges raise the flags. 4 minutes gone. And Sean Long pops the 2-pointer over. A penalty goal against the Eagles. There didn't look a lot in it, but referee Connolly, he'd seen enough. He moved in. And the Eagles were duly penalised. Saints to restart. Carl Hammond, another player that's supposed to be moving to pastures new. Dale Lawton, big forward, driving it up. Barnsley lad. Acting half-back, Johnny Lawless. Well, the ball's lost again. Dave Watson looking, he says it was pulled out. The referee, well, he's penalised the Saints for offside. I think that looked like the indication. It wasn't a tugging out at the ball. But Aston, over to the popular side stand here, in our commentary position. Touch found 10 metres from the halfway line, and Lawless restarts. Aston along the line. Taiwa puts it inside to Sodji. Quick play the ball again. Martin Wood on to Broadbent. A good battle in the centres as Saints come up with the possession, obviously with a senior usually on the left centre. He's moved to the right centre to mark Paul Newlove. Saints move it quickly, and the Eagles, my word, they're quick off the mark. Too quick, I think, but the referee's not pegged him yet. Ian Pickavance bounces off one, drives again. Good forward, Pickavance. Not many starts in this season's competition, plenty on the bench. Now it's with Aitchison. Saints looking for that half a gap. They didn't do so bad at the Don Valley and then lost the way. Hammond, short ball to Anderson. In at the loose forward berth this evening. Sean Long, drop off pass to Chris Smith. Comes crossfield, looks for that half gap. Broadbent just roughing him up there. Along with Darren Shaw. It's Matautia, the big man. Drives the ball upfield. Quickly played. Sean Long puts it over there to the right flank. Chris Smith chases. Oh, lovely take again, Watson. New Zealand international plucks it out of the air. Taiwa. Well taken by Kieran Cunningham. Once again, Savatabua coming through. He's a big lad, big Fijian. Good running, Dale Lawton, Pickavance and Hammond. Two players that we think will be leaving the Nosey Road club at the end of this season. Oh, well taken by Mark Aston, round the back, roll as you cap. But he's taken down by Hammond. Lawless at dummy half, Lawless puts a little grubber kick in. Paul Aitchison sits up nice for him. And the big man running crossfield has to take the tackle. Sullivan was with him. Vasilakopoulos comes in to make the tackle. And Sullivan again, taken by Wood and Turner. Broadbent there. Jiggery Poker to play the ball, but the referee doesn't pin the Eagles for that. He does them for offside, just as he did earlier on with the Saints. When there was an infringement, he went for the offside. Obviously the game being screened on Sky, but with Micron Video, bringing you all the action. And we're here again next Friday in the elimination playoffs, when the Bradford Bulls are the visitors here to Nosey Road. They've got their injury problems, just as Saints have. But I'm quite pleased at the side that Saints have put out this evening. Obviously on the bench, Perolini and Sculthorpe, with Stewart and Wellens. And Wellens, when he came on last week when Martin got injured, didn't he play well? Got right into the action. He's a big lad as well. Certainly one for the future. Saints now pressing. Aitchison going for the line. He's a metre short. Savatabua wraps him up. The referee's right there. Jointed dummy half. Saints move it over to the right, looking for the gap on that far side. Hammond. Lovely ball to Davidson. Oh, super try. Davidson in again, but it's Hammond. And this is the worth of Hammond, the utility player. Came here as a standoff, but had a bit of bad form, then switched to loose forward, made the place his own. And he's been in quite a few positions, but Davidson coming through there at pace. His 5th try of the season. Lovely short ball from Carl Hammond, and Davidson in for the try.
3 seconds, 9 minutes 3. Keep your eyes on those scratch cards.
His 5th try of the season, all those in Super League. And Saints there well up at 6 points to 0, with the conversion to come. Lovely break there as Saints moved it over. Carl Hammond, lovely touch. Hull held the ball up to perfection. Davidson came through at pace, and the Eagles didn't have the answer. Obviously the Eagles coached by John Keir, who was supposedly approached, it was reported in the press, by the Saints for the vacant coaching position before Ellery Hanley was appointed for the job. But Sean Long, 10 metres in, left-footed kicker, looks good. Oh, it's a super conversion. Long with the conversion, and Saints well on the way at 8 points to 0. But we don't count our chickens. 8 points to 0 against the Challenge Cup holders. Saints build up a good lead at the Don Valley. In fact, we had a good lead against Castleford in the last home match. A good lead last week at the Stoop, London. But the opposition came back, and I'm sure Sean McRae, has that gone dead on the full? It has. I'm sure Sean McRae will be working with the players this week, and obviously defence has got to be paramount. But the ball out on the full, penalty award to the Eagles, restart from the centre spot. Lawless on to Watson from the full-back position. The Eagles with the possession. Lawless again, live wire. Paul Carr finished his stint with the Eagles club after 7 years. Well, Lawton knocks it forward. 7 years with the Eagles. He has been carrying an injury and he's been released so he can go home to retire in Australia, his native Australia. He's one hell of a forward, is Paul Carr. The Eagles will miss him, but there is life. Life has got to go on, no matter who. People thought there was no life after Bobby Golding, but as I say, it's got to go on. Nobody's irreplaceable. Paul Anderson backs into the defence, drives it through. I think this is Anderson's first start. He's plenty of substitute appearances, as is Ian Pick. Well, he wants to play it quickly, and the player there hanging on to him. Darren Turner, I think it was there, but the ball comes out. Anderson releases it. Saints have got to spread it. Sean Long looking for that opening, trying to draw the defence in. Feeds New Love. Marcus Vasilakopoulos wraps him up, the ex-Leeds utility player. But Saints moving it from side to side. Nobody breaking the gap now. Matautia to Anderson. Saints have got to support the man with the ball, but that's good tackling. Tywer and Wood. Cunningham steps in, slow at the play of the ball. Hammond puts it high. Newlove and Sullivan are chasing it. Joint's there as well. Oh, I thought Sullivan had it. But Sovatabua taken in the in-goal area, but he's defused the bomb, hasn't he? He took it on the full. He's defused the bomb. And the Eagles will restart from the centre of the 20. Darren Shaw driving it up. Now it's with Lawton. Lawless at dummy half. Broadbent looking for a spot in the Great Britain squad. No nonsense forward, this Broadbent and Dale Lawton. That's in Wood. Good ball handler. And it's the Eagles. Still yet to score. Vasilakopoulos. Twists, turns, good tackle. Chris Joint in there. Senior at dummy half. Aston gets the kick away, but it's a poor kick that. Is it going in on the full? Well, it's kept in field by Sodji. It's given to Tywer. It's still on the last tackle. Martin Wood puts boot to ball. And that's a nothing kick, but taken well by Sullivan. Can we have a Sullivan special here? Through the first line of defence. Chris Smith, his opposite wingman, scampering away. Talks of Sullivan going to play in Cardiff in the close season. Something that his dad, the late great Clive Sullivan, did. Another 12 months is his contract with the Saints, as Anthony. Long plays it. Anderson at dummy half. Ian Pickavance looking for support. Cunningham there, scampering away, trying to beat this offside trap. Saints unload it, spread it about. They've got to let the ball do the job. Joint, oh, lovely breakthrough. Joint down on one knee, up again. Applause from the Saints faithful for the Saints captain. Hammond, Anderson, out of the tackle. Anderson strikes again. Looking to unload. Aston, Wood, Broadbent. But Saints are pressing up. Looking good value as Long puts it crossfield. Well, Sullivan has the ball. It's into Newlove. Is the referee happy with it? He's not. I think he's going to go to the big screen. Yes, he's going to look there. I think just in case the Saints player knocked the ball forward. Yes, that's what he's indicating now. If the ball was knocked forward by a Saints player. It didn't look as though it was. I thought that Sofatabua that knocked it forward. But it's got to go to the big screen. We're not privy to the pictures of the big screen in our vantage point here this evening at Nosey Road. But we'll keep you posted. Obviously, 15 minutes gone. And the referee making sure. He's saying if it's not a try, we must be going back for the turnover. It was on the 6th tackle. We're still waiting for the technology there in the video van. And to try. Oh, no problem about that. Came off, I think it was Sova-Tabu that it came off. So 15 minutes gone. And Newlove with the try, wasn't it? Yes, Newlove with the try. After Sullivan had come up with the ball. And then Newlove in. So Sullivan repaying the gesture that Paul Newlove gave at the stoop. As Newlove could have scored 2 of those on his own, at least 2. Yes, we love Newlove. And he's going well, isn't he? That's against Senior and Sova-Tabu and Watson at the back there. 12 points to 0. 16 minutes gone. Quick decision there by the video ref. No doubt in my mind, but we've been wrong before, haven't we? Sean Long doesn't allow enough. Just to the left of the left-hand upright. So Saints with a 12 points to 0 lead. After 16 minutes, the best possible start by the Saints, who seem, obviously, if we can keep the defence a little tighter. We're just coming into top form, I feel, and obviously with Bradford next week at home, and then obviously Saints and Bradford in knockout football, and whoever wins there, and obviously you must fancy the Saints at home here at Knowsley Road. It's knockout football all the way, isn't it? But Saints are up for it, and let's see if we can get Sean McRae out with a bang. As Taiwa comes there, McRae finishing at the end of the season, taking over Gateshead. Mike Gregory, his contract not being renewed. So let's see if we can put the coaching staff out with a bang. The Eagles put the ball downfield. It's going to find touch, about 15 metres from the Saints line. Scrum down 20 metres in, head and feed to the Saints. Sheffield only won once here at Knowsley Road. 93-94 season, 19 points to 12. Not one here in the Super League. Obviously 6 meetings. 3 wins to the Saints, 2 to the Eagles. Davidson. Big raw bone forward, Cumbrian. Anderson takes the tackle. Big hit there. John Key will have him fired up just as Sean McRae will. Good ball, joint inside. That looked forward, yes. Pickervance bangs it down. It certainly looked forward from our angle. But the only trouble is the referee spotted it. Good work there as the Saints moved it downfield. Would have been if the Saints had got away with it. Pickervance rampaging through. Head and feet to the Eagles. No ball. Besides just taking a breather. Well, it's strange that there we are. Well, as they said, just like the buses. None for half an hour, then 2 come at once. Watson inside to Senior. Oh, he lost the ball. Anderson picks it up. Thank you very much. Saints moving away. Anderson again. He takes the tackle. Saints now with another set of 6. The Eagles not respecting the possession, and the Saints are going to punish them. Pickervance, Newlove, hands off Senior. Sova-Tabu comes in. Well, Senior moved over there, and only for him being there, I think Newlove would have been forced into touch. But Pickervance plays it quickly. Saints again moving it over to the right, into passing, Long. Aitchison, that looked forward to Davidson, but Saints get away with it. It's back to Aitchison. It's over there to Damien Smith. Oh, he's forced into touch. Is he? He's not. My word, that must be the width of a midge's of being forced out. Long. Cunningham sees the gap. Newlove was there, he couldn't release it. Saints again in rampant form. Hammond, lovely slip ball to Pickervance. Chips it through. Sova-Tabu took it off his bootlaces. Super take by Sova-Tabu. The Eagles now with Watson. They certainly are better than the form suggests tonight, the Eagles. But they was in contention, obviously, for 5th spot with London and Castleford. As Taiwa moves down, well, the dummy given, and Saints, well, the play stopped. What's the referee brought them back for? Well, let him feed to the Saints. Well, I didn't see what had gone on there. I was just following the ball, so forward pass he must have given. The handling looked all right. Saints will accept it. Aston there, second spell at the Eagles. Saints again with a missed move, now with Aitchison. Damien Smith, the Saints right centre. He's going home after the end of the season, just can't acclimatise to life over here in the old dark. Lovely ball, Smith, Chris Smith to Cunningham. Cunningham scampering through, looking for support. Can he make it? My word, nearly over the line. 3 and 4 holding back. Joint moves it left. Newlove out to Sullivan. Sullivan playing with Senior and Sovatabua, and just getting a little bit of a facial off Sovatabua. Aitchison out to the full-back berth. Saints spreading it, looking for that gap, overlap on the right. A lovely ball from Hammond. Matautia inside to Davidson, he couldn't take it, the ball's been knocked forward. Adventurous play by the Saints, but just not paying off. Running the Eagles from one side to the other, trying to break through. The few Eagles spectators that are amassed at the Eddington end trying to champion their side's cause. The drummer will probably be with them. Very sparse there at the back, but always awkward on a Friday evening. You just get the hardcore fans, don't you? Friday evening when the match is being broadcast on Sky, and the coverage on Sky, well, it nearly equals the Micron coverage, doesn't it? Lawless, well, Aston claiming he was pulled down. He'd have got an Oscar for that. Took a dive, well, lost the ball again. Certainly the Eagles not respecting the football, and Wood there going in enthusiastically on Sean Long. Long just exchanged pleasantries with him, and the ball was pinched by Sodji. Whether it was pinched 1-1, well, it must be. He's letting play go. No, he's brought him back. Surely there was at least 2-1 there. The ball being reaped out, the referee saying 2-1. It's going to be a penalty to the Saints. So the referee right on the job, Mr. Connolly. And the Eagles have lost that much possession. They're trying to get it back by fair means or foul. They was penalised then for foul. And Saints with 20 metres from the line, and Matautia turns it back to Cunningham. Saints unload it, move it to the left. Long looking for the runners. Joint comes through there. Yes, and Joint will score. No, he won't. Well, I think Saints have been pegged for crossing. He certainly has pegged him for crossing. Saints using the dummy runner, and referee Connolly said there was an obstruction. Aston with the kick, finds touch. Rod Doyle looking to be introduced into the game. On the touchline there, warming up. But the Eagles have the possession. Aston inside, the ball goes back. Lawless tidies it up. Certainly losing a lot of possession. Watson up from the full-back position, moves it left. Quick hands. Wood, the ball handler, flicks it outside. Taiwa breaks out of the tackle, back to Broadbent. Broadbent pushes the tacklers off. Good play by the Eagles. Well, was the ball knocked forward? Aston, well, he gets up. He said the ball was knocked forward, he's not happy with it. Scrum down, head and feet to the Saints. He doesn't like it, Aston. Good Saints defence, came in, they harried him, forced him into the error. Long from the base of the scrum. Chris Smith again comes in field. Just need that half break. Drop off ball inside to Newlove. Newlove rounds his man. Vasilakopoulos, one of the tacklers in there. Pickavants unloads to Chris Joynt, the captain. Looks back to full fitness. I mean, he was back on training, light training, only days after having the hernia operation. It was the keyhole surgery. Oh, that was a high tackle on Matautia, wasn't it? Dearie me. Darren Turner, but he's got away with it. Hammond, well, a bullet past the Saints player, I think it was Pickavants, couldn't take it. And Saints turned the ball over this time. Vasilakopoulos at dummy half. Dave Watson. Damien Smith completes the tackle at the second bite of the cherry, then wraps him up for good measure. Lawless attacked in half, and the Eagles trying to spread it. Steve Malloy on as well. So John Keir with the early changes. Vasilakopoulos, a good ball handling player is this lad. Loose forward, stand-off, scrum half. Rob Doyle inside, Vasilakopoulos again, the Eagles with Watson. The ball's gone back. Well, the Saints player held him back there, but Saints have got away with it. My word, they was fortunate there. The ball went, I think it was Doyle, but the ball went back and Saints player tugged on his jersey and Saints got away with it. Chris Smith looking for a scampering run, bounces off Lawton, comes back in again, Aston, Lawton, Lawless. They got a bit of stick there, did Chris Smith. Always comes in to relieve the forwards. Joynt, the captain. Shaw and Malloy. Hammond with the sidestep, the dummy, feeds it inside to Cunningham. He unloads to Sean Long. Long brings it over to the left. Good tackle there by the Eagles. Vasilakopoulos, the man that completed that tackle. Aitchison going crossfield, looking for the runner. Davidson came as the dummy runner. Is this the last of the sequence? No, Anderson, well it is. Anderson chips it. Lost his footing. Sodji. Oh, dearie me. The man's supposed to get up before he puts the ball on the ground. But Sodji got away with it there, right in front of the referee. Malloy, taken by Sean Long. 12 points to 0. Saints in the lead. 27 minutes of the game gone. Dale Lawton. Running forward, the Saints defence. Holding firm, dare I say. Famous last words, but Vasilakopoulos puts the ball back. Did Matauti get a hand to it? No, the referee says. Lawless puts boot to ball, gets it downfield. Aitchison will have to play it. Sovatabu in for the tackle. Senior's there as well. Well, the man was tackled and he's forced back another 5 metres. Sullivan through, beats 2, siding through, striding out is Sullivan, gives the man the order, he's in again, he comes in field, good run from Anthony Sullivan, support from Damien Smith, oh, Damien Smith side through, at 5 metres, well less, a metre short. Les Davidson turns it back inside Damien Smith. Saints moving over. Hammond, Anderson in the clear. Support on the right. Yes, lovely try. Lovely try by the Saints. The referee's not happy with it. Dearie me, Hammond in for the try, I think in the corner. I think it was Hammond that had scored. But what a try by the Saints. The referee's not pointed to the spot yet. I don't...
By number 3, Sean Long.
Oh, Sean Long, the man that finally got to it. Plenty of bodies over on that far side, but the try there, 28 minutes gone. And Long with the try after some sterling ball handling skills. And that was good running there by Anthony Sullivan, the vice-captain. Came through from deep in his own half, side through, turned the Eagles side inside out, put a speculator over to the right. Damien Smith went a metre short, and then from the resulting play it was moved over to the right there. Hammond involved again, and Sean Long, I thought it was Hammond that had scored, but Sean Long over there in that far corner. in for his 12th try of the season. All of those coming in Super League, and the correct side for him, the left-footed kicker. So let's hope he can put this one over. And what a try by the Saints. That's Super Rugby, just as the Saints have been renowned for. Oh, what a conversion! Dearie me! Sean Long, super boot there. His 3rd goal of the evening brings him up to 69 goals for the season. And it puts Saints handsomely in the lead at 18 points to 0. What a super try by the Saints. Good ball handling skills, and capped off there by that conversion. Saints obviously just hitting peak form at the right time. I think they've just peaked. Let's hope they can go through this top 5 competition there and give these top 3 sides a run for the money. Well, obviously that's provided they overcome the hurdle against Bradford. Mustn't count your chickens and all that sort of stuff. But they've struggled this season, haven't they, the Bulls, as the Eagles move it over. Oliver Wilkes, I think that's just been introduced into the game. Over there on the left flank for the Eagles. Loose ball there. Saints move up quickly. Sovatabua tidies it up. Sean Long and Newlove combined. Well, they don't. He gets out of the tackle. But Long comes for the 3rd bite of the cherry. And now the ball's up in the air. Super take by Aitchison. Devastating under the high ball is Aitchison. And Chris Smith. Taken by Doyle. And Shaw. Turner. I beg your pardon, I think it was Turner. There's Lawless in for the tackle with Lawton. And the Saints move it to the left. Pick of Vance. There's the Eagles drummer giving it some welly. There's Davidson. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball there. He didn't play it. The referee spotted it. Probably consultation from the touch judge. An eagle-eyed Mr. Connolly. Obviously, he's been eating his carrots this week. Strum down on the halfway line. Head and feed to the Eagles. They trail by 18 points to 0. We've had about 32 minutes, 33 minutes of the game. Vasilakopoulos has the possession. The Eagles move it over to the left. Rod Doyle. Taken by Davidson. But he gets the ball away to Sodji. Long comes in for the tackle. Damien Smith. Finally Anderson that wrestles him to the ground. So the second phase of defence obviously doing its job as Watson. He's taken by Matautian and Anderson. The Eagles within striking distance of getting points on the board. Vasilakopoulos drop off to Senior. Senior trying to step out of the tackle. Feeds it inside to Malloy. Malloy driving for the line. Oh, what a foot shot there. Lawless acting half-back. Oh, bad ball. Gets it away to Lawton. He drives for the line. Saints hold him up. He can't get over the whitewash. Lawless again at dummy half. The Eagles move it left. Looking for a gap in the Saints defence. It's not to be yet. Oh, that was a terrible pass. And Newlove in the right place at the right time. And Sullivan again. Sullivan breaks through. Just taken by Lawless. Just by the ankles. Quick play. Long to Chris Smith. And Chris Smith up the centre now. Just a little devoid of ideas of the Eagles. About 6 minutes left of the first half. Anderson. Well, Taiwo holds him down to the nth degree and gets away with it as well. Saints move it left. Lovely ball from Hammond to Newlove, but he's well wrapped up. No doubt they'll have watched last week's video and giving Newlove plenty of attention. Joint inside to Hammond. Aitchison linking up. Ooh, that's looked a bit high. Not Aston. I mean, he's only about 6'3", he's Aitchison, isn't he? Inside ball, Matautia. The big man drives it through, he unloads back to Long. Long kicks it forward. It's all on, Long chips it again. Sodji tidies up and Damien Smith clatters him. In their own 20-metre. Oh, loose play! Sovatabua. Taken by Pickavance. He gets it away to Vasilakopoulos. The Eagles keeping the ball moving. But Cunningham in with the tackle. And I'm sure John Keir will be giving the Eagles the rounds of the kitchen at half-time. They haven't performed to what we know they can do. But the Saints defence has held up firm. And no doubt Sean McRae will read the riot act after last week at London. Well, the ball knocked forward there. The referee spotted it. Scrum down head and feet to the Saints. Well, I didn't see anything there, but the referee was writing on the job. Rules a knock-on. And we're being plagued this evening with midges and daddy long legs and all sorts, with the lights round us and the obviously the evening play. Last throw of the dice for the Saints in the first half, maybe. 3 or 4 minutes left. Hammond with possession. Hammond again looks for the half gap. Sovatabua from the right wing over there to the left. Chris Smith, a darting run that he's famous for. He goes through again, breaks through 2. My word, he certainly bounces off the defenders, does Chris Smith. Cunningham, Saints bring it to the left. Pickavance just, well, he looks as though he's hurt himself. He just tried to sidestep and he looks as though his ankle collapsed underneath him. So Ian Pickavance taking a knock. The ball will just be, well, he's saying it's the knee. He did twist, and I thought it might have been the ankle, but it must be the knee. The ball is actually on the floor. I think it'll be taken away. Hey, they're looking for a stretcher. Referee Connolly, well, he knows the score. Well, that's going to be disastrous as far as... Oh, he's getting up, Ian Pick. He's going to be helped off by Jeanette Smith. Obviously a knee injury, left knee. And Saints will restart the play. Stanwall, the kit man, and Saints physio Jeanette Smith helping Ian Pick off just before the half-time. So 37 minutes gone. And is it Perolini that's coming on? But Saints play it quickly. Anderson inside to Newlove. Newlove strike. Yes, that's a try. Super strike by the Saints. Crack force there. And Newlove in for his second. 37 minutes gone. Newlove in for a brace. After that injury to Ian Pickavance, play was restarted. It was taken away from where the player was injured. He'd been helped off over the line. And then the ball moved to the left, and Paul Newlove, he's rampant, isn't he? I don't know what they've been giving him, but they can give me some of that as well.
37 minutes and 13 seconds.
So 22 points to 0, and this conversion to come in a very kickable position. On the 20-metre line, teed up well, and shouldn't have any problem. Strikes it well though, that's Plum, isn't it? Plum right over the centre spot. 24-0, and it's all one-way traffic. Well, we're all being pestered. Your cameraman Andy, he's getting a bit of stick off these daddy long legs and midges and moths and what have you.
And converted by number 3, Sean Long.
But Sean Long, his 4th of the evening, brings up 70 goals for the season, plus 3 drop goals as well. And the ball out on the full again. Approaching 40 minutes on the stopwatch. The Eagles with the penalty. Fine touch. 35 metres short of the Saints line. Probably the last set of 6 in this first half. Davidson in with a tackle there. And rampaging run. Malloy puts it downfield, centre field. Perolini was the man that came on for Pickavance. Doyle, drop-off ball there. The Eagles trying to scamper through. Saints defence going to be tested. Don't want the Eagles to score before the half-time interval. Perolini with the tackle. Aston the dummy half. Shaw moving out. Well, that's a knock-on. That's a knock-on. The referee's not giving it. Lawton dragged the ball forward. Aston chipping it for the corner. Safety first. Saints put it dead. Good work there by the Saints. They're not going to rush now, are they? They're going to drop it out from between the sticks, awaiting the half-time hooter. 24 points to 0 up. And perhaps an easy team talk for Sean McRae, if there is such a thing. He'll be pleased with the defence. Up to now, Sodji. There's the half-time hooter. Great display, first half display by the Saints. 4 minutes long on a penalty goal. Saints were on the way, 2 points to 0. Then Davidson came through for a try in the 8th minute. A lovely ball by Hammond, and Davidson went in. Long converted it, 8-0, the Saints were up. The first of Newlove's tries came in the 15th minute. Long couldn't convert it. That was 12-0, and then Sean Long try, converted his own one, 18-0. 3 minutes before the interval. Lovely play after Pickavans had been hurt. He had to be helped off behind the line. From the resulting play, Saints moved it left, and Newlove, the big man, who's rampant, isn't he? Got his hands on the ball. 2 or 3 men holding him, but he had the power to drive over. Super conversion by Long. That's it at half-time here at Nosey Road in round 23 of Super League 3. Saints 24, the Eagles 0. Back with you now for the second half of round 23, the final round of Super League 3. Saints against the Sheffield Eagles, and it's all Saints. 24-0, the half-time score. Ian Pickavans taken off at just before the half-time interval. Obviously he twisted his knee. I hope it's nothing too serious. Don't know whether he's actually come back out. Yes, he's here limping across. I hope the two matchday mascots, John Back and Emma Hart, especially Emma Hart, her favourite player is Ian Pickavans, so she'll be a bit worried about him. But he doesn't look so bad, he's limping over. So 24-0. John Keir's words of wisdom ringing in the Eagles players' ears. Referee Robert Connolly looking to get the action underway. Mark Aston to restart. Saints to receive. 40 minutes to go, and we're here again next Friday against the Bradford Bulls as Matautia brings the ball up. Sullivan. Cunningham a dummy half. Saints moving it over to the right. The Terminator, Apollo Perolini. Playing well is Apollo. Well, all the teams playing well, and obviously with the captain Chris Joint back in, and he certainly gives that extra dimension. The Saints unload it. Cunningham, Perolini. They always need depth on his feet for a big man. Lovely touch, twinkle toes. Cunningham moves it left. Sean Long puts it over. Senior. Where is it, Senior? No, it's not Senior that gets it. It's Neil Law. Another substitute there. Senior comes away with it. Similar hairstyle. Senior, Taiwa, inside ball to Sodji. He's no mean mover, he's Sodji. Ex-Hull KR, as is Anthony Sullivan. Savatabua, the big man, trying to gain his feet and play the ball quickly. The Eagles need more penetration. As far as the Saints are concerned, they're not going to get it. Once again, the Eagles move it left. Quick hands. Well, he took it well there. Good handling in the end. The Eagles driving it through. Lawton. Rod Doyle. Lawless at dummy half. Brings it left. Doyle again. Turns it inside. Good running. Oliver Wilkes. Took it well. Long tackled him. Lawless at dummy half. The Eagles are pressing. Aston with a kick, crossfield kick. Sullivan and Newlove going to be tested, but that's gone forward off an Eagles player there. And the referee brings it back. The ball's gone touching goal off an Eagles player. It'll be a restart, a tap restart from the centre of the 20. Kieran Cunningham there ready to get things underway. Matauti used as the dummy runner. Saints bring it over to the right. Anderson, well, grimaces there as he takes the tackle of Doyle and Tywer. Big Paul Davidson, well, Sodgy with it. He could have been construed as a flop, but Cunningham there, he's a master of that art of trying to get a penalty from the offside there, running at the players that are offside. Once again the Eagles move up, drop off ball to Chris Joynt from Carl Hammond, well wrapped up there. Wilkes the man in at the tackle. Saints move it left. Newlove, lovely ball to Aitchison. The big man takes the tackle. Vasilakopoulos and Law. Oh, Sean Long in and out, check it all about, super pace, just taken down there by Vasilakopoulos. That was the power play, that was on the last tackle. And Sean Long, well, he hands it over, he didn't look happy about it. The referee and the touch judge shouting to the players, trying to keep the ball moving. Sovatabua. Davidson takes him over the top. Well, Damien Smith around the legs, nothing wrong with that at all. But the referee moved in. They were same in the first half. The sum that where the Saints were penalised, the Eagles have been penalised. There was nothing in at the tackle at all there. But the referee just quick on the whistle. Malloy and Perellini. Malloy still driving. It's Cunningham that brings him down. Lawless at dummy half. Now it's Lawton, the big man. The Saints faithful, the popular side faithful erupts as Doyle tries to get through. He unloads to Wilkes. Anderson brings him to a halt. Eagles play it quickly. Doyle again. Lawless, lofted ball over to the right. Vasilakopoulos backs into Chris Joynt. Carl Hammond, Apollo Perellini. They take him down. The Saints line under threat. 10 metres short. Drop off ball there to Lawton. Gets the ball away to Doyle. Over here to Wilkes. Wilkes wrapped up by Aitchison. Well, he puts it out to the back door. That wasn't stolen. He tried to unload it. He should have taken the tackle. Damien Smith comes up with the possession. Chris Smith taken by Aston. Well, Aston there, is he going to be penalised? He's on the floor there, he's trying to plead his innocence, but the referee moves in. He knows the wily old campaigner, Aston. Trying to work one up, referee Connolly. Pardon my expression there. But you know what I mean. A technical term it is. Perellini drives it up to the halfway. 24-0 the score. We've had 5.5 minutes in the second half. No further addition. Chris Joynt. His leadership, his tackling, his running, and Matautia comes through there at pace, puts it back to Joynt. Saints erupt inside ball to Newlove, looking for his hat-trick. Newlove, Joynter, sorry, at dummy half. Now it's with Hammond. Runner is Davidson. Doesn't he run onto a lovely ball? 15 metres short. Saints again. Moving it right, then moving it left. Now with Long. Over here, Anderson. Anderson sees the gap, looking for support on the inside. Long, can he scamper over? The Saints are running. Matauti used as the dummy runner, goes to Long, it's over the top to Cunningham. Cunningham sees the gap, takes a high tackle. Perellini unloads. Chris Smith's going to be in. Yes. No. Is that the sixth tackle? Sovatabua and Chris Smith just exchanging pleasantries. It's not so bad when the players will come up and have a laugh and a joke with each other, is it? Tempers got a little frayed earlier on last week when two players were put in the sin bin, and Goldspink and can't think of his name, who he ended up fighting with. It'll come to me eventually. But good old Goldspink, I say, if there's any fights, he's on my side. Mark Carroll, that was it. Mark Carroll thought he'd have a pop at him. He only got one in. That was the last he saw. But Goldspink banned for one match. Carroll got too much. Not bad when you got peppered, but he was the perpetrator and duly penalised. The kick too deep by the Eagles. Too much beef on it. Saints will restart from the 20. Wilkes and Doyle. Well, the ball reeked out. Perolini couldn't get up and play it. The referee moves in quickly. Carl Hammond over to the popular side stand. Finds touch on the halfway. Perolini, Cunningham moves it left, looking for that half gap. Good strong run in there. Good tackling by Sean Vasilakopoulos on Saints captain Chris Joint. Anderson running out wide. Anderson again, just nailed. My word, he's had two lovely runs there in the last couple of minutes. Sullivan, lovely fingertip control by Sean Long. Hammond, lovely ball to Davidson again. Plenty of variation in the Saints ranks, but the defence has tightened up. Up to now it has. Hammond to Long. Long looking for a gap, looking for the runners. Metaltia can't take it, puts it down. The Eagles drop on the loose ball. Lawton gets up gingerly. And Sovatabua with the possession. 9 minutes of the second half gone. Still 24-0 the score. Inside ball, the Eagles trying to vary it now. John Keir used 4 interchanges as Lawton drives through. Saints just using the one at present with the Pickavance gone off. Lovely ball handling, inside ball there to Oliver Wilkes. Sovatabua linked up well from the back. Taiwo attacked in half. Davidson penalised and he spoke out a turn. And the Eagles are marching another 10 metres towards the Saints try line. No good going for goal. Aston will kick for yardage. Well, he's given it to Lawless. He just tapped restart. I thought he was going to kick it into touch. But Lawless starts. Now it's with Aston. Saints have got to still tackle him. Metaltia, Cunningham complete the job. Lawless attacked in half. Malloy backs into the defence. Apollo and Paul Aitchison. As Lawless tries to scamper in from dummy half. Good tackling there. The big men are in again. Metaltia, Cunningham, Aitchison. Doyle now has it. Aston there gesticulating behind his back. Which way he's going to bring it? Well, he's lost possession. The ball was lost. He was trying to drive in for a try. Was Wetu Taiwo, and he lost control. The ball hit the corner flag. That renders it a touching goal, and the Saints will restart with a tap from the 20-metre line. Not much action, obviously. Well, as regards from getting excitement and scoring as we had in the first half. Anderson's come close on occasions of breaking through, but then the Eagles' defence, which has tightened up tremendously, and it needed to be, didn't it, as far as they're concerned. But I can't see the Eagles coming back from 24 points to 0. I think I might be on the town hall steps with the band playing outside. That ball was reeked out. Perolini 2-1 there, right in front of the official, surely. Yes, he's seen it. 2-1 on Perolini. He's not so bad for a Wiganer, is he? Paul Broadbent back on, reintroduced into the game now, just come on. Davidson. Well, I think it was Broadbent that came back on. Now it's Chris Joint sidestepping through, looking for the runners. Gets it away to Anderson. He's run well out wide, is Anderson. Beats 2, turns it inside to Sean Long. The Saints keep it going. Long again, looking for the gap. Vasilakopoulos wrestles him to the ground. Senior was there. Now it's Cunningham. Metaltia, blockbusting run. Well taken by Malloy. Long, Hammond. Misses out Davidson, gives it Perolini. Perolini inches short. Quick out of the blocks. The Eagles looking to vary the play. Well, that's not forward. The Eagles have knocked it forward. The referee hasn't seen it. Lawless from, I think it's Tywer, from acting half up to the 20-metre line. Somertabua runs it from the acting half-back position. Pedalini wraps him up. 1-1 there, Lawless at dummy half. The Eagles trying to move it right, looking for the runners. Here's Broadbent, just come back on. The Eagles captain, prolific forward, no nonsense forward, just gets on with the business. As Doyle puts it up there, inside ball to Vasilakopoulos now. Good running by the Eagles. They make some good yardage, some valuable yardage. They need a score if they can get it. They're still running the ball. Malloy now, taken by Matautia. Well, the ball knocked back by Matautia. That was 1-1. There's nothing wrong with that. And Pedalini drops on it. Malloy breaks out of the tackle. Malloy completes the tackle on Pedalini. But it's the Saints on their own line that have the possession. Anderson just driving it up, relieving the pressure, giving the Saints a blow. Now it's with Sullivan. But he needs that half gap, that little chink. As Chris Smith. Senior brings him to a halt. Sullivan moved it over to the left. Chris Joint down the wing, looking for support. Joint going all the way. The captain, oh, doesn't he like that? He raises his fist, he salutes, but what a try from the captain. 13 minutes gone, and that's one out of the top drawer, isn't it? Lovely play there. The Eagles nearly caught the Saints. It was good play as they drove the ball up. They came within metres of the Saints line. Then the ball was taken by Pedalini right on his own line. The Saints took it from the acting half-back. Anderson drove it up, took the tackle, relieved the pressure. Then it was moved over to the left. Then the ball went out to Sullivan, then to Chris Joint, and Joint down the wing, led the Eagles' defence a merry dance, and Joint with enough power, and it shows you obviously that hernia operation. He's recovered fully from that. The power of the man, he drove it down, in for the try at the corner. Super play from the captain, his 7th try of the season, and Saints extend the lead to 28 points to 0. Super try by the captain, great try. Chris Joint with the try. Sean Long looking to add the extras. 28 points to 0. And Saints with a workmanlike performance. And there's my friend Dougie and Jan just to the back of Sean Long. As Long comes in. No. Waved away. 28-0. Well, that'll do. Double substitution. Anthony Stewart and Paul Wellens. And it looks like Damien Smith. And is it Aitchison that's gone off? "55 minutes gone. Sodji with the possession. Couldn't see who'd gone off there, but I think it was Damien Smith, one of them. As Malloy scampers away, Paul Davidson completes the tackle. Malloy again, is it? No, it's Broadbent, the captain. Davidson, Cunningham, Matautia, Lawless for the Eagles. The Eagles move it right. They're trying everything in the repertoire, but they're not getting any joy out of the rampant Saints. 17 this evening. Lawless with a darting run. The Eagles unload it. Aston, Doyle, is it? Back to Aston, on to Broadbent. Support from Wilkes. Wrapped up by Davidson and Anderson. Last one of the sequence. What do the Eagles have up the sleeve? Aston putting it crossfield. Sullivan well positioned. And Sullivan gathers it. Oh, well, he had his legs taken, but there was nothing malicious, I don't think, in that. I think it was Senior that just took his legs. And Wellens certainly looks a useful lad. This is a bonny lad, isn't he? Now it's with Sean Long. There's going to be some healthy competition for places next season with players going. There's still more players, I think, that may be leaving Nosey Road, and obviously the introduction of Ferretti Tuilangi. the Adamson, one of the Adamson brothers from Penrith, and whoever else Ellery Hanley brings in as Hammond drives it forward. Aston in there and Broadbent. Cunningham. Is he taken down? Well, the tackle wasn't completed. He slips it through his legs to Chris Smith. Chris Smith puts it back. Aston, does he knock it forward? I think he does. Yes, he's given the knock forward. Scrum down, head and feet to the Saints. He's just explaining there, Mr. Connolly, to Mark Aston. He doesn't seem very impressed. But it looks as though the ball was knocked forward. Paul Sculthorpe introduced. Joint. Tony Stewart. Against Castleford, I think it was against Castleford, who scored with his first touch of the ball after he came on. But now it's with Newlove. Newlove, the big man again, driving again, looking for his hat-trick. Within a metre of achieving it. Paul Wellens, dummy half. Joint, looking for runners. Well tackled by Broadbent, Lawless. But the Saints are putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the Eagles outfit. The ball's going to be put right across the line. Hammond to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe couldn't take it. Sodji in his in-goal area. It'll be brought back. Oh, Davidson and Sodji. Sodji says, come on. And Davidson just gesticulates there. Little bit of friendly rivalry. Well, there was no blows, but the referee's going to have a word with him, isn't he? He doesn't want any of this rough stuff. He's just explaining to them both. Got a volatile character, is Paul Davidson. No nonsense, gets on with it, and Sodji there just bit of eyeballing. Knock on by the Saints there before Sodji was taken in the in-goal area. Head and feet to the Eagles. Aston will feed. Halfway through this second half. Sovatabua. Wellens and Joint wrap him up. Well, he put the ball, he tried to play the ball before he actually got up. And once again there, the Saints have been penalised. I think the referee was conned there. Not apart from me only having two red and white eyes. That's nothing to do with it. Wilkes. Taken by Cunningham. 28-0 the score. Just 4 points to that super Joint try in the 13th minute. Broadbent running it upfield, strong. Joint has to take him down. Matautia clatters him. Aston along the line. Doyle. Sovatabua looked useful. Looked the most likely player to cross the whitewash as Sovatabua. Sculthorpe in there. And he's not happy with the tackle or whatever. The Eagles pressing. It's now with Lawless, puts it over to the right, long, looking for the interception. It's now with Doyle. The ball over the top, that's knocked forward, but it's tidied up by Wellens. Wellens loses it. Was it pulled out? It was knocked forward. Senior, the man that came in. Head and feed to the Eagles. Well tidied up there by Paul Wellens, but just couldn't control it. Knocked it forward. Pressure now with the Aston to feed. A set of 6. The Eagles pushing. Doyle in at the loose forward. Doyle tidied up. Joint gets off the player. Now it's with Lawless. Once again, well, wants to get on with the job instead of pouncing about. Aston, they lay off Aston. He's wrapped up. The defence is holding firm. Lawless moves it left. Saints quickly in. The ball spilled by the Eagles player, and Paul Anderson wraps it up. Senior now to Wellens again. Strong running. Sculthorpe breaks through one. Can't get past Vasilikopoulos. Chris Smith bouncing off the defence. The Eagles, well, Smith there, did only the same. That's an incorrect play. The ball, as far as I'm concerned, he done the same as what the Eagles have been doing. Put it on the floor before he gained his feet, but the Saints get away with it. Hammond, he offers the dummy, looks for the support there. Sean Long puts it downfield. Will it find touch? Law lets it bounce in. 10 metres short of the Eagles' line. Head and feet to the Eagles. 23 minutes, approaching 23 minutes of the second half gone. Just a 4 points addition to the half-time score of 24-0. And those 4 points went the Saints' way, 28-0 the score. Super League 1, 1996, here at Knowsley Road, Saints 68, Eagles 2. The away tie was played at Cardiff Arms Park. Well, just to the side of Cardiff Arms Park, not the National Stadium. That was for courtesy of Sky. 43-32, the Saints won, an entertaining game that was. Last year, 32-12 here at Knowsley Road. The Saints went down 14-12 at the Don Valley. We've already lost 18-17 this year at the Don Valley, a game that Saints should have won. That could have seen them up into fourth position and possibly an easier fourth position, I should say, and possibly into third, when you think of some of the games that the Saints have lost. But it's Shaw that has the possession, well on the way to the 2 league points. It's not going to matter as far as the league points are concerned, with the Saints finishing in fourth and going to entertain the Bradford Bulls. It's the Eagles obviously this evening. Just can't get the staff, can you? Head and feet to the Saints, 10 metres from the Saints line, 20 metres in from the main stand side. And a good run out, and obviously players to come back. Tommy Martin, Brett Goldspink. They'll be back for next week's game against the Bulls, and there should be a good crowd. Let's hope the Bulls fans flock here in numbers. Cunningham again, scampers away. Lots of excitement now building up to this top 5 playoff. And Chris Joint, well, he doesn't look too well though, does Chris Joint? Didn't look anything in the tackle, just probably gone down awkward. But I think Chris Joint, the captain, going to be replaced now. Took a knock there, Jeanette Smith will be on to treat him. Hammond brings it blindside. Grubbers it for the corner, Chris Smith chasing. And Sovatabua just gets his boot to it. Lovely angle kick there, Hammond. Slid it through. Chris Smith chasing it, but Sovatabua just touched it over the dead ball line. Well, Chris Joint being treated, let's hope he's not too bad, as Aston drops out from between the sticks. Davidson takes it, and Davidson will run straight. Well, he's lost the possession, and Malloy comes up with it, and Malloy's running away. Rampaging run from Malloy. Tyward attacked in half. Wellens in at the tackle with Newlove. Lawless from dummy half. Vasilakopoulos to Broadbent. So the Eagles still yet to open their account. Can the Saints keep a clean sheet as Aston? Oh, that's a super tackle. My word, the pal, there's Joint. Back to full fitness now, it's with Sullivan. Powering his way down, super stuff there. Sullivan in, another try to his credit. Top try scorer here at Knowsley Road, his 20th of the season. Anthony Sullivan there, 26 minutes gone. And you can put that down to that super tackle. I don't know who did the tackle on Mark Aston as he was going through, but that was a crunching tackle. The sheer ferocity of the tackle shook the ball from Aston's hands. The Saints picked it up, Chris Joint was involved on the left, took it over down the main stand side, slipped a lovely ball to Sullivan, and that was it. It was Taters, wasn't it? And can Sean Long pop this one over? We'll tell you in a minute. But once again, from broken play, from Saints forcing an error in the Eagles' ranks. Down that left flank, Joint scored a superb try in the 13th minute. 13 minutes later, he's involved there as Sullivan went down the wing after Joint had put a lovely ball in, after Saints had took the broken play. That one waved away, 32 points to nil. Sean Long just not having the best from that side, not the correct side for him, being the left-footed kicker, but a handsome lead at 32-0, and Saints will want to keep the clean sheet. 28 minutes gone, so 12 minutes left of pain and anguish for the Eagles, and let's hope more points as far as the Saints are concerned. Aston to Malloy, looked very useful since he came on, been around the scene as Malloy, Warrington, Leeds, Featherstone, Eagles, slips the ball up there to Somatabua, Cunningham stops him, slips it away to Lawless. The Eagles keeping it going, they're backing the man up with the ball, it's now with Doyle. Lawless once again, Broadbent, the Eagles running it out to the right, Darren Shaw takes it down that right flank, the Eagles flank. Once again, Lawless brings it in field, Vasilakopoulos, super tackle by Cunningham. Certainly one of the most consistent players of the season, Cunningham. Malloy, taken by Sculthorpe, Davidson involved. The Eagles within striking distance, Aston out to Tywer, couldn't take it cleanly, banged it over the touchline, over the whitewash in the in-goal area, but he knocked it forward first. And obviously just when the Eagles are trying to put the pressure on, as they've tried to do, just the last pass has gone wasted, and once again the Eagles with nothing to show for their evening's work. It's a long way back, isn't it, when you've been stuffed, and obviously no points to your credit, and you know that you are a better team than the scoreline obviously suggests. Tony Stewart breaks out of the tackle, breaks out at 2-3, they come back again at him. Sodji taking the knock, now it's with Sculthorpe, offers the dummy, moves it down the right flank. Well, was the tackle completed? Well, it must be a penalty. It must be a penalty to the Saints. If he said it's not, it wasn't completed. He's saying his elbow hit the ground, but he got up there, the tackle wasn't completed, man. And then the player came in and tackled him. Well, if the tackle was completed, the player come in and tackled you, it's a penalty to the Saints. But he's not seen it that way, and he'll be getting a bit of stick from the popular side faithful. I'm giving him some stick, but he'll take no notice of me either. 32-0 the lead, 10 minutes to play. Gang tackling by the Saints. Joint involved in everything, and he's had a big knock as well. Didn't look too clever at all, but the recovery powers. As Lawless tries to break through, lovely take by Hammond, slips it to Sullivan, the Welsh Flyers away again, oh, super stuff. Once again, the Saints capitalise on an Eagles error, and Sullivan in for two in the space of 5 minutes. It's walking day here at St Helens. Super try by Sullivan, 5 last week, 2 this evening, I beg your pardon. 36-0. The Eagles have been punished. They've made an error, the Saints have capitalised on it, and they've punished them, and that's how it should be. And they're just hitting top form. They're coming up against good sides now. They're all good sides in the Super League. The Eagles have been punished. They've made an error, the Saints have capitalised on it, and they've punished them, and that's how it should be. And they're just hitting top form. They're coming up against good sides now. They're all good sides in the Super League. on the day, every side that comes here to Knowsley Road, or when the Saints visit the opposition, on the day, it's the 80 minutes that count. And the Saints are just rampant. Bradford next week. Who knows the week after, if they're successful. They've got Halifax, they've got Leeds, they've got the El Pie Eaters. They are up there, and you've got to overcome them all to get to Old Trafford. Sean Long, does he have better luck this time? He does. Another 2 points. 38-0. Long's fifth of the evening.
And converted by number 3, Sean Long.
The left flank partnership is rampant again as the Saints make a substitution. Malloy again, as I say, looked impressive since he came on, but the Eagles just haven't had the luck. Seven tries to the Saints. 5 goals from Sean Long. Then Malloy, Broadbent this time, puts it inside to Sovatabua. Wellens takes him round the legs. Newlove wraps him up round the top. Carl Hammond said he'd lost the ball, but the referee not impressed. The Eagles still have the possession. Doyle puts it out to Taiwo. Once again, Chris Smith putting pressure on Taiwo, and he's obviously succumbed to the challenge. He knocked it forward. One eye on the player, one eye on the ball. Dropped it, knocked it forward. Saints again now, surely they're going to capitalise again. 35 metres out, and an ideal platform for more points. 6 minutes to the final hooter. Sean Long to Hammond, he offers the dummy. Wellens comes in field. Anderson to Newlove, well, it looked like Newlove, it's Stewart, Tony Stewart. The Saints again, Matautia, back to Long, out to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe drag, well, he's lost the ball. The referee saying it was dragged out. Well, obviously from our angle, the referee was in a better position. Hammond plays it quickly. Joint to Newlove, looking for his hat-trick. Newlove and Joint, Newlove and Sullivan, I beg your pardon, on a hat-trick. Anderson looks right, looks left, brings it centre, takes the tackle. Newlove, big man, moves it left. Well, that looked just to Joint, that looked forward. The referee, well, he's looking at it. He's given it. Well, that's it. It's fortunate there, I think. Joint now on a hat-trick. 2 for the captain. 35 minutes gone. Super second half display that took 13 minutes to get underway. Joint with a try. 42-0. An ideal build-up for next week's elimination playoffs against the Bradford Bulls. 8th try of the evening. 2 to the captain, Chris Joint. 2 to Newlove, 2 to Sullivan. 1 each from Davidson with the opener, and Sean Long. Another difficult conversion attempt from Sean Long. Just got his eye in with the last one. Is he in again? It looks good. Oh, it's there, right between the uprights. Super conversion by Long. 44 points without reply. A comprehensive whacking of the Eagles, and obviously recompense for that 18 points to 17 defeat at Don Valley, which the Saints should have won, and 2 valuable league points going amiss. Hammond to restart, puts it low. An awkward ball once again there. Oh dear me, that looked good. Sean Long having a laugh there, but the ball came out. It just came out. The touch had said it's play on to the Eagles again. They're going to be put to the sword again. Newlove offers the dummy. He takes the tackle. Wellens along the line. Anderson run tirelessly this evening, looking for support again. Is the ball knocked forward? Did Chris Smith catch it? Saints forcing the issue, and Anderson holds his head. The ball couldn't be taken cleanly, or the referee said it couldn't be taken cleanly. Saints forcing the issue where really they'd no need to. Every time the Eagles have made a mistake, the Saints have capitalised on it. Gone in and come up with 8 tries. 8 tries, and how many goals have we got? 6 goals from Long. 6 goals. Watson back in the action. Vasilakopoulos looking to inject a little bit of pace. 3 minutes to the final hooter. Malloy for the Eagles. Saints still keeping the score sheet clean. Lawless from dummy half. Chris Joynt named as the McEwen's Lager sponsors man of the match this evening. Had a good game, his first game back after the hernia operation. He leads by example. He scored 2 lovely tries as the Eagle chipped it through. Wellens takes it comfortably, and Wellens is away. Let's see this lad stretch his legs, sidesteps in field, hands off, slips into Sullivan. Lovely ball from Wellens, and Sullivan under the sticks. Super hat-trick from the vice-captain, and the referee eventually gets here. Lovely try by Sullivan. 3 tries there. That's 2 minutes to the interval. 38 minutes gone. So 3 tries in 12 minutes for Sullivan, and 4 tries in all in 12 minutes, with Chris Joynt bagging 1. That'll bring the 50 up with this Joynt conversion. Wishful thinking. With this Sean Long conversion, as the Eagles chipped it through. Well, there's a little bit of jiggery-pokery going on there with the referee. He's had a word with somebody. But lovely play by Wellens. The ball was chipped through. Wellens operating in the full-back position as Long converts it. As I was just saying, Wellens operating in the full-back position with Aitchison going off. The ball was chipped through. Wellens took it through, side through, turned the Eagles inside out, and then Sullivan came off the left flank into a lovely position. Wellens slipped a lovely ball, and Sullivan in for the hat-trick. Super display from the Welsh flyer. 8 tries in 2 matches. Not bad, eh? The countdown now in the last, seconds. There's about 5 seconds I make it of play. Well, there's the final hooter, obviously. No stoppage in this second half, but a comprehensive whacking of the Eagles. And Sean McRae will be happy that Saints have got the 50 up, but obviously that they've kept a clean sheet. 24-0 at half-time. Seemed a bit slow starting in the second half, but it was Chris Joynt, a lovely try down the flank after the Eagles had lost possession. Took it down the main stand side, heard down like a 3/4, in for the try. 28-0, that was unconverted. Another 13 minutes before the Saints got underway, and it was the flying Welsh wingman Anthony Sullivan in for the try. That was unconverted as well, but 5 minutes later, lovely work again. Sullivan in for his second, Long goaled it. Saints well on the way. They've got the bit between the teeth. They've just got started now after a slow start. 38-0. Chris Joynt with a pearler after a breakdown in communications, and Joynt in again. Saints capitalising on Eagle errors. The captain in for his second, Long goaled it, 44-0 there, and then as again right at the end, super try, Wellens taking the ball up. The Eagles once again tried to vary the play, kicked it through. Wellens gathered it side through the feeble Eagles defence, laid a lovely ball onto Anthony Sullivan in support, right under the sticks. 50-0, thank you, and it's good night from him, and it's good night from me. You've been with Mike Ron, thanks for joining us. Join us again next Friday when the Saints entertain the Bradford Bulls here at Nosey Road. As I say, you've been with Mike Ron, my name's Ron Hoof, 50 points to 0. See you soon.